well, here we are back again working on this Solera. Like I said, the last strip job that I did to it, I didn't really get the dash out. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. Just basically getting this thing right down to the bare bones. Getting all the electrical out, all that fun stuff. But, I don't know. Some of the cool things that we found inside this car since we started stripping was, I guess, Buddy's old house keys. So if I ever want to drive really far away from my house and have a nice cottage, I could use this house. Just joking. Not like that. Found a whole bunch of loose change, probably totaling up $8, maybe $10. But I did find this. Now this looks like a regular coin, but this is actually like one of those weird Olympic coins that Coca-Cola came out with back in 2002. I'm not really going to say it's a collector's item, but I'm going to say that they probably didn't make thousands upon millions of them, and it's 15 years old. So that's pretty cool. The Canadian Olympic team won gold, and it's got a picture of Scott Newtonberg. I guess Canada won gold back in 2002. We've got quite a bit of work ahead of us right here now, pulling out this dash. We're not saving any of the electrical, so we're just going to kind of hack slash all the electrical out, make a big pile in the trunk. The reason why we're making the pile in the trunk is because it's out of my way and not my problem right now. We're going to take the gear shifter out of it, but when I take cars apart like this, I always imagine finding like a big wad of cash in behind the dash or stuffed in one of the doors or the rear quarter panels. Unfortunately, I've never really found a big wad of cash inside of any of these cars. It's always been fingers crossed to try to find something like that, but I haven't found anything like that yet. Most I've found is a little bit of weed inside of a car, nothing too spectacular. I don't know. One day maybe I'll find $1 million behind a dash, or even $100 I'd be happy with, but I don't know. So what we're going to do today is we're going to remove the dash and then see what time it is and see what else we can do. We're going to try to take out the center console as well. Something I'd really like to do is, because of how many Toyotas I actually have, I'd really like to build a battery box that actually uses the factory seat tie downs to hold the battery down. And the reason I want to do this is because I really think that it would make taking the battery in and out a lot easier and faster. And I hate crawling underneath the car, and I've started putting all my gas tanks up high, and I'm able to remove my gas tanks from the top of the car, so why not make it so I can remove my batteries from the top of the cars? I have 4 mounting brackets, but that'll be a different video. But I don't know, let's get going on this dash. Now with the dash out, we can start removing pretty much everything. Because we switched to the 4-cylinder, none of this stuff's going to work. Would you like a JBL factory amp? I didn't think so. What about a V6 factory computer that I'm pretty sure is blowing up? I didn't think so either. But with all this stuff removed, we can start accessing a lot more of the bolts that hold in the heater unit. Now, there is actually a right way to remove this heater unit, and that is, you basically have to remove this dash bar. I don't want to do that. I don't think removing the dash bar is totally worth it. I think that with the hammer approach, yes, it makes a little bit more mess, but I don't think removing the dash bar is really worth the effort. By this coming out in smaller pieces, yes, it's a little bit more of a cleanup. Like, that's not a fair, bad sized piece. The rest of it's going to come out in smaller chunks. But by this coming out in small chunks, you're basically making it so it fits inside the next dumpster car a little bit easier. Holy. I know I've been telling you guys it's cold outside, but it's actually like negative, I think like 28 today outside. It's abnormally very cold for this time of year, so I've pretty much used up half my wood so far. And we're not even in February yet, so the snow really doesn't dissipate until like early April around me, so I don't know. We'll see how the rest of the winter goes. It'd be nice to get a nice warm snap coming up, but I doubt it. But as it sits right now, we're at the point now where all we have to do is cut out a little bit more electrical. I just have to find my wire cutters. So we can take out a little bit more electrical, and then we can break out the 2-pound hammer to remove the rest of the dash. These are a little bit older, so they're not as sharp as they used to be. What we're going to do now is we're basically going to do a couple things like get this shifter out of here, get all the electrical out of here, bust the key off in the on position because we, no longer need that. That's pretty cool. It's a little light that goes around there. I bet you that glows green. I might save that for something cool. Maybe I'll just cut it right behind it. Lots of electrical to come out though. But let's get going. Good at, I guess, doing these dashes. I guess it's not a super great talent, but you know, I think this whole dash maybe took me an hour, including the electrical. Kind of got distracted by a buddy that came over there for a bit that was plowing my driveway, but other than that, it's not very hard to take these dashes out. And a lot of you guys are commenting and saying, well, why are you taking the dashes out? And the main reason is I don't know, I just kind of don't like them. It's given me more space. I find it easier to get in and out of the vehicle. There's the V6 shifter, manual shifter, it's gone. But it's definitely getting easier for me to get in and out of the vehicle with no dash inside the vehicle. It's easier for me to do the gas pedal modification. But you guys really don't have to take out the dashes. And a lot of you guys are asking me, like, does it give me any advantage of taking out the dash? Other than there being more space, there's no real giant advantage of taking out the dash. I just hit my elbow. That hurt. But realistically, there's no giant advantage for taking out the dash. I just find it easier with the dash out. Gets me all the electrical out, it gets me everything out that way, it gets out all the heater cores, gives me more space to run my shifter. But realistically, for a stock car, you guys don't have to take out your dash. Now, there might be some rules at the derbies you guys run that is mandatory for you to take out your dash, but over here we don't really have that. Last chunk of electrical for the entire car is dealt with. But, like I was saying, there's no real reason why the dash needs to come out, unless your rules call for it. I just like taking it out because it gives me more space. I know there's actually some demolition derbies out there, like I know Bash for Cash Street Stock, which means no modifications, no wire moving, stock gas tank, stock battery, stock windshield, stock dash, full interior, just take out the breakable windows, which is the backs and the side. You can't remove the dash. So, before you guys do anything, I always say this, but make sure you check with your rules. Your rules are going to basically dictate what you can and can't do. A lot of you guys always message me and say, oh, my rules are all over the place. Well, so are mine. I can run derbies with... There's actually one company here in Ontario that I can leave stock gas tank in the back of the vehicle and still derby. But I don't want to do that. You'll be running a stock gas tank underneath a vehicle, and then all the other guys will have giant gas tank protectors, square tubing bumpers, three-quarter rod through 4 places on the hood, standalone wiring harnesses, aftermarket shifters, aftermarket steering columns, and you'll be in there with a stock gas tank. So my big thing is, if you can do something that gives you the advantage, why not do it? Yes, it's fun to build a car the night before and derby it, but the chances of you winning with that bone stock car are pretty slim unless you're against a whole bunch of other bone stock cars. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but it could happen. But there's plenty of things out there where you can do the bare minimum and still do great. But around here, for a lot of the derbies I do, you need to get a little bit more involved in the cars. And I'm not saying that this is mandatory, because it's not. It's just what I like to do, right? So, because I like doing it, I'm going to keep doing it. But I think that's it for today. We have the dash out, we have the electrical out, we got the rest of the carpet out, we got the center console out, we got the gear selector out. We can pretty much pull this through the firewall now, which is going to be nice because it'll give us all the extra space in the world. Ugh. I might just have to cut those, screw it. No one's going to buy the V6 flop anyway. But thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Make sure you guys hit that like button and the subscribe button.